Hey guys, it's Julia. I am the beauty editor for Best Products, and today I'm hanging out with Jenna from Easypose, and we're just going to be doing a little yoga for you today. If you don't know, Easypose is a great service where you can have a yoga instructor come to your house to do a little informal, kind of behind the scenes class. So today you're going to be watching me do some easy, hopefully, beginner's yoga. So Jenna, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Jenna. I work for Easypose. So today we're just kind of going to do like a sort of sample intro session that you would get if you were to have an Easypose instructor come to your home. It's going to be very basic. We'll talk about where she's at in her practice and what she wants to accomplish, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Great.
And so the perk of Easypose is you literally get a yoga class delivered to your door.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So I think a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, a lot of people don't want to go to a studio. They feel like I'm not good at yoga, which that's not a thing. Like everyone is good at yoga. Yoga is just being present, so it's a practice. But I think a lot of people don't want to go to a studio, and so Easypose is really great. You can just have teachers come directly to you. You get really nice like one-on-one, which is how yoga was meant to be practiced. You were supposed to have a person that helped you through it as opposed to going to a class. And I know for me personally, I have had a lot of injuries in my life. And when I was practicing yoga before I knew proper alignment, I would hurt myself a lot. And a lot of times that happens in group classes when you don't have that individual attention. Mm-hmm. And so Easypose is really great for that as well. It can really make sure that you're doing the poses properly and that you're keeping yourself safe.
So it's essentially like a healthy seamless. So everyone should be doing
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know this is really good too because a lot of people kind of get self-conscious going to like a class if they're alone or if they're not like that flexible with myself. So this is kind of like really awesome. Do you see people kind of feeling like more open to trying yoga poses like one-on-one?
Yeah, of course. I think so. I think when you remove all the people around you, it's a lot easier to connect with the teacher and to feel a little more comfortable. I know I feel that way when I take privates. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the fears, once you get to know the person you're working with, they kind of melt away a little bit.
And how long have you been doing yoga for?
I've been doing yoga for 9 years.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And how long have you been doing yoga, Julia?
Sporadically. I've tried Julia Michaels' Yoga Meltdown. I've done Aramat's 30-day yoga. It's kind of when I need to just relax. I sometimes do yoga before bed in the morning to wake myself up. I know personally I don't like going to classes because, like you said, like I don't want to be comparing myself to other levels of yogis because I'm such a beginner. So I'm really excited to do this one-on-one because I think it'll make me feel more comfortable, and I'm a fan of the service. So.
And how long have you been with Easypose for?
I've been with Easypose for about a year now.
Okay, awesome. And where is it? Because it's available in New York. Is it available elsewhere too?
So it's in New York on the East Coast right now. It's in San Francisco and in LA as well, I believe.
Okay, awesome. And it's kind of like going like an upward trend of like more places. Oh,
absolutely.
Awesome. Cool, sweet. So,
Great.
you guys want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, cool. So if we want to just take a seat, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. However's comfortable. So just a couple questions for you. So beginner-ish, right? Awesome. Any injuries that I should know about?
Nope.
Cool. So feeling good.
Feeling good.
And are you okay with hands-on adjustments?
Yes.
Okay. And is there anything in particular you want to work on today? Like anywhere that's like tight or?
Particularly my shoulder and my back is always kind of tight.
Shoulder and back, mid back, lower back, upper back? Upper back? Okay, cool. Great. So we'll get started in child's pose. We'll just take a few breaths here. So what way would you like to face? I think maybe if we go this way, it's going to be best. Yeah.
Sure.
So you can take the knees nice and wide.
Okay.
Good. We're going to sit back on the heels. And you're just going to stretch out forehead to the ground. Arms long in front of you. Good. So knees wide is going to be a little bit more of a hip stretch. Perfect.
And she has a wedding coming up soon, so she has to get really zen before that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll work on that right now. Great. So seeing if we can just immediately tune into the breath. We're going to start lengthening our inhales as well as our exhales. Inhales are going to be through the nose and exhale through the nose. Deepening each breath, working to slow it down. check in with yourself, noticing any places where you might be holding some stress, holding some tension, just seeing if you can melt those places away. Starting at the fingertips, checking in with the forehead, eyebrows, jaw, maybe rolling the forehead side to side on the ground, releasing through the neck, shoulders, ribs, hips, knees all the way down to the toes. Maybe working to send the hips just a little bit closer towards the heels, maybe stretching the fingertips forward just another inch. Good. Next inhale, we're going to fill up ribs, side body, back body, belly, chest. Hold at the top. Take one more sip of air. Sigh everything out the mouth. Again, like this. Inhale, fill up ribs, side body, back body, belly, chest. Hold at the top. One more sip of air. Sigh everything out the mouth. One more breath like this. Biggest breath of the day, filling up as much as you possibly can. One more sip of air. Sigh it away. Returning to those inhales through the nose. And exhales through the nose. Next inhale, you're going to press into the hands. Just start walking the hands back towards the body a little bit. We're going to come into a neutral tabletop position. So we're going to bring the wrists directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are going to come directly underneath the hips, about hips width distance, about 2 fists in between the knees. You can bring the knees a little bit closer together. Good. And then go ahead and walk the hands forward just another inch or so for me. Good. So we're really pressing into the fingers and palms. So really spread across the fingers, make the hands nice and wide. Beautiful. And then we're working on this external rotation of the arm bone. So we're going to get that fleshy part of the elbows facing forward towards me. Other way. Yes, there we go, good. So nice neutral spine here, nice and long, good. Head and neck is a nice extension of the spine, crown of the head shining forward, beautiful. On our next inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, look up for cow. Let the belly hang nice and low here, good. Exhale, arching the spine, reverse the curve, lengthen the tailbone down for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look up for cow, good, belly hangs low. Exhale, arch the spine, reverse the curve, lengthen tailbone down, cat. Taking a few more of these cat-cows on your own breath, your own time. Inhaling to drop the belly, exhaling to arch the spine. So we're playing with these opposites, these extremes. We're seeing how far we can let the belly hang down low, how high we can arch the spine up towards the sky. And then maybe starting to add in any small movements that are going to feel good to you. So maybe that's moving the hips side to side, maybe it's bending the elbows, rolling the shoulders, rolling the head and neck. Whatever you need to wake up your body, wake up your spine right now. Next inhale, we'll come back to that neutral tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to plant our left palm into the ground. On the inhale, we're going to peel our right arm open towards the sky. And then on the exhale, we're going to thread that arm underneath the body, threading the needle. So bringing the shoulder onto the ground, right ear will come onto the ground. Good. Sit bones are nice and high here. We're working to keep the shins parallel, so that's going to kind of deepen that stretch through the hips. Good. And then from here, there's 2 options. You can crawl those left fingers forward in front of you, or you can wrap the left arm around the back. Just going to do this other arm, sorry, so left arm. Yes. So you can either crawl the hand forward if you want, or we'll wrap this kind of taking like a bind. Whatever's going to feel most comfortable to you. So if you'd rather the arm be in front of you, it can be in front of you. Good. Inhale here. You can close the eyes. Just breathe. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Bringing that left hand back down, placing it under the shoulder. Next inhale, pressing into that left palm. We're going to peel that right arm open towards the sky again. And then exhale, replace it down on the ground. So bringing that hand right back down onto the ground. So coming back to that neutral. Yeah, good. So from here, placing that right palm on the ground. Inhale, peels the left arm open towards the sky. Exhale, bringing that arm underneath you, threading the needle, shoulder comes to the ground. Good. Left ear to the ground. And then second option is before, you can crawl that right hand forward in front of you or take that half bind. Good. Still working on bringing those legs parallel, which you're doing a really good job of. Nice. Close the eyes, just breathe. Feeling a little bit of that stretch through that left shoulder and the back of the body. Inhale. And exhale, slow, steady breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, you can bring that right hand underneath the shoulder again. Inhale, press into the hand, spinning that left arm open towards the sky one more time. Exhale, replacing the hand down. From here, you can tuck the toes, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna build a nice solid foundation here, but just start off. Go ahead, take whatever movements are gonna feel good to you. It's probably first down dog of the day.
Yep.
Maybe first down dog in a while, who knows? So whatever's gonna feel good to you. So you can walk your dog, you can bend one knee into the other, maybe bend both knees deeply, set the belly onto the legs, and then straighten the legs back. Maybe come high up onto the toes, whatever feels good.
And Julie, I don't want to talk to you that much because you seem so zen, but how much are you loving this? You
Oh
seem
my
like
God. I love it.
all of our other coworkers are like, why are we not doing yoga with you
Yoga.
guys? Yeah. Oh man, this is awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna build a nice solid foundation here. So we're moving these small movements out. So first I'm gonna change your stance a little bit. So we're gonna walk your hands forward a little bit further. Good, right about there. Okay, so really spread across the fingers, make the hands nice and wide. Good, really press into the palms and fingerprints here. So really distribute the weight. So we're still working on that external rotation of the arm bones that we talked about before. So we're trying to spin the fleshy part of the elbows forward. It's tricky. That's beautiful. Good job. That's actually really hard to do, and you just like did it. I can't even do that. Okay, so really engage the abdominals here. So we're lifting the navel up and in. Good. Lift the pelvis back a little bit. We want to lift the sit bones a little closer to the sky. Good. Lift the kneecaps, engage the thighs and quads. Yes, and then root down through the heels. Beautiful. Good. So I'm going to give you a little bit of adjustment here. So keep the hands exactly where they are. I'm just going to pull the hips back. Yes. So you feel that way that the shoulders kind of pulled back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're shooting for without the adjustment. So that comes with strength, so that comes with practice. But you can feel if you really were to press into the hands and send the shoulders back and a little more weight back towards the heels, this is the feeling we're trying to go for in a down dog.
And Jenna,
Yeah.
for classes, do you like set a time? Like, can you choose different time lengths, or is it usually an hour? Like, what do you?
I believe you can choose different times.
Okay, perfect.
I tend to recommend an hour session, but I have people do 45, I have people do, I think it changes the price a little bit, but
And is there any time that's like not at like, so you can do like any time during the day, like probably not at 2, can you, like, probably not at 2 a.m., but like,
2 a.m.
yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't think so,
Well,
but
that's awesome.
yeah, I'd say early morning to evening.
So this is great because I know some people join gyms, but their yoga classes are only offered during like random times.
Sorry, I didn't want to keep
Oh
her
no,
there.
you're fine. Yeah.
I would cut you off.
I'm good.
Okay. So next inhale, go ahead and press into the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lift our right leg up and back behind us. Good. You can bend the knee, open up the hip for a moment. But then we're going to still work on keeping these shoulders nice and square. So go ahead and bend this knee. Good. And then open up the hip a little. Yeah, good. And see how high you can lift this knee up towards the sky. Beautiful. Then squaring off those hips one more time. So drop this hip back down. Good. Straighten the leg. We're going to bring that knee towards the nose. Good. Really sending that leg nice and long in front of you. Inhale. Send that leg nice and long behind you, so lift it back up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, cross the body. Knee's going to go to left elbow. Inhale. Yeah, there we go. I was like, that's okay. We'll go to the other side next time. Inhale, reach back for leg. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Good. Inhale for leg. Exhale, we're going to step that foot in between the hands, low lunge. Good. And then from here, we're going to drop that back knee, untuck the toes, We're going to rise up Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. So we're just going to bring our hands on top of our thigh to start, just really early in the practice. Good. You can walk this foot forward a little bit further. Good. There we go. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Find some length in the side body here. Maybe bending the front knee a little bit deeper. Good. And then work on sending this tailbone down a little bit more. So it's kind of hard here. We're working to as opposed to sticking the butt out, we want to lengthen the tailbone down. So we're kind of curling it under. You can probably feel the abs engage a little bit there. Yeah.
And right here.
Right under the butt. Right. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the foot. We're going to step back. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale through the nose. Sigh everything out the mouth. One more breath like that. Inhale through the nose. Sigh everything out the mouth. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and back behind you. Go ahead and bend the knee, open up the hip. Good. Send that knee nice and high towards the ceiling, as high as you can. Good. Inhale. Exhale, re-square off those hips. Leg is going to be nice and long, so straighten the leg. Good. And then send this down a little bit. Send this hip down a little. Square the hips off. Yes. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, reach back for length. Exhale, cross the body, knee to right elbow. Good. Inhale for length. Exhale, knee to left elbow. One more. Inhale for length. Exhale, step that foot in between the hands, low lunge. Good. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, rising up, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Hands again, come on top of that thigh. Good. And you can move this foot forward just a little bit further. Beautiful. Right there's good. So reaching up through the side body. Beautiful. Melt the shoulder blades down the back. So bring the ears up towards the shoulders. Release like that. Good. And then we'll see if we can lengthen that tailbone down again a little bit more. Nice. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot. We'll step back, plank pose. And then you can lower knees, chest, and chin. So sit bones are going to be high. So we're coming into this right here. So this is Ashtanga Namaskar. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, slide forward, baby cobra. So we're going to bring our belly onto the ground. Good. And then we're just lifting up just slightly, so it's really small. So pulling these elbows in towards the ribs. Good. Inhale, just a slight back bend. Exhale, bring the forehead to the mat. Tuck the toes. Press back here, quick child's pose. And then to downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So next inhale, we're going to step our right foot right behind our right wrist. We're going to spin the back heel down onto the ground. So this left heel will spin down onto the ground.
Ooh,
No, so you can keep this one on the ground. Good. Spin this heel down. So yeah, spin it down. Yes. Now we're going to rise up warrior one. So arms are going to come up overhead. Good. Perfect. Good. So we want to have a heel to heel alignment, which you do, or you can go slightly wider. So if you want to and it feels more comfortable, you can just move this foot over a little bit more. Bring the heel with you. Good. So straighten this foot out. Yep. And now step the whole foot over like a half an inch. Perfect. Good. Right there. We're going to bend this front knee a little bit deeper, and then we're going to track this knee directly over the ankle. Good. It helps protect the knee joint. So we're working to square off the hips here. So you can even bring your hands down to your hips for a moment. We're working to just pull this right hip back a little bit in space. Yes. Seeing if we can square them up as much as we can. Good. Arms up overhead. Lift up through the side body. Engage the abdominals. We're going to send these ribs towards the back ribs. So see if you can tighten up the rib cage. Yes. Beautiful. And then we're going to see if we can melt these shoulders down the back a little bit. Good. Inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forward over that front leg, humble warrior. Keeping those hands interlaced behind your back though. Yeah, there we go. So take the hands. Go ahead and interlace the fingers. Good. Keep that grip, and then we're going to work to pull this forward. There we go. So we're opening up through the front of the chest. Beautiful. Bend the knee a little bit more. Good. Head and neck can be heavy. Relax whenever you can. Release it even more. You got this. Release it even more. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down to frame the foot. Go ahead and step that right foot back behind you. Plank pose. Exhale. Lower knees, chest and chin. Sit bones are high. Inhale. Slide forward. Baby cobra. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog.
And I feel like we can't give all the viewers an entire free class. I don't think Easypose would want us to do that, but I feel like downward facing dog is a great way to end a little zen. So Julia, how did you feel during all of that?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Stretched.
Stretch?
You can really feel it.
And it's great to have like the comfort of like checking out in your own home or wherever you are with an instructor. That's like amazing. Yeah.
It feels amazing. I feel warm. I feel like now I could like jog a marathon.
Yeah, that's like essential for Monday. Like I feel like you should always have the Easypose on Monday.
Yes, this is a good Monday. Kickstart your week. Feeling good. Thank you so much for coming. This was amazing. And if you guys find yourself kind of struggling to find time to go to a yoga class, or like we said, you feel a little intimidated to go to a class on your own, Easypose is a great service. Definitely check it out. Thank you again.